Hello everybody and welcome. This is Derek A. Smith, aka Dr. Negotiator, and today I want to teach you another technique to increase your negotiating skills. I call this play the reluctant buyer card to win your negotiation. Negotiating is the art of reaching an agreement by resolving differences through creativity. Whatever you can think of to have a win-win situation, do it in order to get that contract signed. Now, let's say that you're buying a piece of property from a real estate agent. This real estate agent is going to come over to your house. They're going to give you a presentation. You've narrowed it down to this house. You think it's what you want. Well, you know it's what you want. How would you get the agent to give you the lowest possible price? Now, I would let the agent come in, have her go through her entire presentation. I would ask all the questions I could possibly think of. And when I finally couldn't think of another thing to ask, I would say, I really appreciate all the time you've taken. You've obviously put a lot of work into this presentation, but unfortunately, it's just not the way I want to go. It's not going to work for me. However, I sure wish you the best of luck with this house. Now, it doesn't have to be a house. It could be anything. It could be someone coming to sell you computer equipment. It could be something that you do at your executive level job. It doesn't matter what the thing is. This is what you want to say to the person. I would pause to examine the disappointed expression on her face. I will watch her slowly package up her presentation materials. Then at the very last moment, just as she's about to leave, she's reaching for the doorknob, I will come back with this magic expression. Now, there are some magic expressions in negotiating. If you use them at exactly the right moment, the predictability of the other person's response will be amazing. I would say, I really do appreciate the time you took with me. So just to be fair to you, what is the very lowest price that you would take for the house? Now, would you agree with me that it's a good bet that the first price the salesperson quoted is not the real bottom line? You know how salespeople work. She's not going to give you the absolute lowest price that she can give. So sure, you can bet on it. The first price that a salesperson quotes is what I call the wish number. This is what she's wishing the other person would do. If you're buying a ring for your wife for a wedding ring or whatever, the salesperson will give you a high price. Now you think you can't negotiate, but you can negotiate just about anything. I did it with my wife's ring for sure. Now, if the other person said okay to that, if I was to say okay to that wish number, that wish price, she would probably burn rubber the whole way back to her sales office and run in screaming, "You can't believe what just happened to me." She'd say, "I was over at Mr. Smith's house to make a presentation on the Main Street house. I went over to propose when he said, 'What's your absolute bottom line price?' I was feeling good, so I said, 'We never budge off list price, so the bottom line is $225,000, and then I held my breath." She'd say, "Mr. Smith said, 'It sounds high, but if that's the best you can do, then guess what? I guess I'll take it.' I can't believe it," she would say. "Let's close the office and let's go celebrate." So the first price quoted is what I call the wish price. It's what they're wishing for. Now, somewhere out there, as the song goes, there's a walkaway price. Everybody has a walkaway price. This is a price at which the salesperson would not or cannot sell. The other person doesn't know what the walkaway price is, so he or she has to do some probing, has to ask some questions, has to seek out some information. He or she, being me, has to try some negotiating gambits to see if they can figure out the salesperson's walkaway price. So when you play the reluctant buyer card, the salesperson is not going to come all the way down from the wish price to the walkaway price. You have to negotiate to their price. They're not just going to give you the walkaway price just because you asked for it. So here's what's typically going to happen. When you play reluctant buyer, the salesperson will typically give away half of his negotiation price. So if that real estate agent knows that the bottom line for the house is $175,000, $50,000 below the list price, she would typically respond to the reluctant buyer card with this: "Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Smith, it's the end of the quarter and the house has been listed for 90 days. If you buy the house today, I'll give it to you for the unbelievably low price of $200,000. So what she's doing is she'll give away half her negotiating range just because you played the reluctant buyer card. She wants to get that sale. So remember that when people do this kind of thing to you, it's just a game that they're playing on you. They're trying to run a game. They're trying to get the price, still get a decent price that they want. But you're a powerful negotiator. So powerful negotiators don't get upset about this. They just learn to play the negotiating game better than the other side, better than your opponent. So what are some key points to remember about today? Key takeaways I want you to take away from today's presentation. First of all, one of the things you have to do is look out for the reluctant buyer. If you're trying to sell a piece of real estate or whatever it may be, watch for this type of card or gamut to be played on you. Now, the next thing you should take away or remember is that playing the reluctant buyer card is a great way for you to squeeze the opponent's negotiating range before the negotiation even starts. They gave their presentation, you said no, they're about to give up. Negotiating hasn't even started yet, and then you play this card, you get the price down, hopefully cut in half the range that she had that she can negotiate with or work with. And the third thing to take away is that the opponent will typically give away half of her negotiating range just because you use this card. Now you can start negotiating down from there to get that other half that you know she had to work with. And that's it for today. I want you to learn how to play the reluctant buyer card. Go through this presentation again. Add it to your toolbox of things that will help you win your negotiation. To learn more, you can contact me at massiveactionsuccesscoaching.com. You can check out my negotiating videos on my YouTube channel, which is right here on the screen. Or you can join my Negotiations Now Facebook page. I have a Facebook page there, and I also have another page where I put negotiation things on there. It's called Negotiations Now as well. So go look for those and learn more about negotiating today. Again, I'm Derek Smith. I'm an expert in negotiations, and I welcome you to join me for my next installment with Win-Win Negotiations. Thank you very much.